Hi, this is your girl Teresa with the Ntheknow radio show, and we are back. So I'd like to welcome you back. I know you were just grooving off of my Sade. Wait a minute, I think you changed it. I don't know. Was that Sade on there?
No, that was Esso, not Esso. It's I'm drawing a blank. One Way. I'm sorry, One Way.
That was One Way we were listening to. I know, because I was like, that groove is a little bit different than my relaxed music, though.
Yeah,
but anyway, you switched it up. No problem. But this is my second guest for today, and I have Miss Brenda Gooden. And tell us a little bit about your business. I was going to pronounce it, but this is me, and you're going to catch up. Un momento, por favor, no hablo español. Un poquito español. Un poquito. That means a little bit. Mine means not at all.
Right.
So she's going to tell you the name of her business and what she does and how she can reach out to the community and help you and what you can bring to her as well.
Well, my company is Hospicio Divinas Manos.
Say it slower.
Hospicio Divinas Manos. And translated, that simply means Hospice of Divine Hands. And we're actually located in Puerto Rico, and hence thus the Hispanic name for it. And I am basically, our company has been a supporter of Miss Eva Miles and Anna's house, and that's how I made the connection with her. And of course, you know, hospice, we serve the terminally ill in our particular area in Puerto Rico. We don't have a base here in the U.S., but we like to support the community whenever we can. I'm here in Texas, thus a lot of the things that I do through the hospice, I do it here in Texas. So I support Anna's house, and we do projects for the homeless, and anything that moves my heart, really, that I feel like I can make a difference through the hospice, then I do that.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you work with different hospice companies here in the United States, or just, well, not the United States, Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Right.
But,
no, we're independently owned. I don't do anything here in the States with other hospices per se.
Okay.
We're just strictly located there on the island and work on the island. So mainly my work here is through agencies, nonprofits, and any way we can, you know, be of help to agencies here. We haven't per se collaborated with any of the hospices here on the island.
Okay.
We're not opposed to that. We just I have not been you know, approached or anything of that matter to collaborate with other hospices. So it's just mainly work throughout the area for those nonprofits and agencies that need our help.
So when you say agencies that need your help that are locally here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, how do you support them?
Mainly through financial donations or whatever they need, that particular agency needs. Through Anna's house, we've really given them a lot of financial support. So basically, it's whatever the agency needs. If they need items, clothing, whatever that particular, because they each have different needs.
Right.
If the agency is supporting women who need clothing, you know, when they're trying to re-enter the workforce, then we'll go buy clothing, or we'll give them the funds to go purchase those clothing, or if they need items for their office, or whatever the need may be. Feeding the homeless, it may mean that we're out on the ground passing out food, meals to the homeless.
Oh, well, that's awesome,
yeah,
because I know right here at the radio station, around the corner, at the corner of Hervé and what is it? It starts with a C. Corsicana? Corsicana is the street, yeah. Hervé and Corsicana, every Sunday, they do a ministry down for the homeless. And so they set up and they have vendor tables and stuff, and they give out food and clothes and stuff. It's every Sunday at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So that would be a good cause. I mean, if you have, and they always say that they run short on men's attire, you know, shoes and socks and things like that. So if you have a way to assist them or bring in food or things, I normally try to give them stuff that they can utilize.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In that case, we would make contact with the organizers, whoever they are, and we would say just that. What do you need? What areas do you run short? And then we get to work, meaning me, because my staff is in Puerto Rico. So I'll call up friends and say, hey, come on, we got to go do this. The agency is going to support this organization, and this is what we're going to do. We need to go buy clothing. Whatever we need to do, we mobilize and get it done all through the company. And that's
really good to know. So how would an agency that's in need reach you?
Basically, it's referrals from other people, like you saying, I know this, or Eva says, I have this agency over here that needs it. So basically, that's how they would reach out. It's not something that we say, okay, we're here, just everybody
just for that.
Yeah.
Right. I hear you. So that one is a word of mouth, and I call that one is called favor. That one is called that you know somebody that knows somebody, and because of that, you can get some assistance. So it's just like with Anna's house. I've been supporting Eva for the past 20, 25 years because it's such a good cause. You have so many people that women and children that get displaced and don't have a place to go to, and a lot of the government programs will allow you to be placed, but they only allow you to be placed 30 days so that you transition out. And that's not enough time. I mean, if you could fix your world in 30 days, then I guess when we walk down the streets, it would be no homeless people, right?
That's
but,
right.
I mean, it takes a lot more than that. So that's one of the things. She does give them more of a 90-day transitional period to come in and seek work and help and uplift and support. So I just thank you for supporting her because she's an amazing person. Eva goes without to give to other folks, and I always tell her, I said, I'm 55, you 60 something, and you way more
I don't
than
know how
me.
she does it. I couldn't do it, but no, I love her spirit, and she inspires me, and so whenever there's anything I can do, I'm always there to help her. And like I said, other people as well. Even not just Texas. When my mother was alive, there were a lot of people in Mississippi that were blessed because she would pick up that phone and go, Brenda, and such and such needs such and such. Okay, Mom, so it's not just Texas that we support, but we have a heart. I have a heart for helping those that are less fortunate, and I believe that too much whom is given, much is required.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You give. One of the best ways to get is to give. Is to
to be a servant.
Yes,
to assist and help other people. I tell people that all the time. God didn't put us on this earth, first of all, just to work and die and go to heaven.
That's right.
He put us on this work to work, but to work smart, to have increase. But when you receive increase, then you're supposed to bless others with that increase so that you continue to receive your increase.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of works that need to be happening out there, and if we as individuals, I mean, speaking from one woman to another woman, a lot of times we run into issues where if I know you and you just said, well, I have these resources, well, I'm not going to share them because I don't want somebody else to get that resource. We have to get out of that because just like you bless me, then my job is to bless the next person.
Absolutely.
And if we continue to do that, we would see a lot more positive things happen out there in the community versus all the negativity that we see.
I believe that. Absolutely. I believe that we are absolutely blessed to be a blessing. I grew up very poor, in resources, I should say, not poor in love. I had a loving home, but in financial resources, I grew up very poor, and so I know what it's like to be poor. And God has blessed me beyond my wildest dreams. I couldn't, I always wanted to be rich, because when you grow up poor, you want to be rich. You think that's going to end all of your troubles. And actually,
it's actually going to give you more.
Absolutely.
Because when you don't have funds, nobody's really at you. When you have funds, I'm your best friend.
Yes,
you have
absolutely.
A new best friend every second.
That's right. So, it's crazy. So, I knew once I got it, I just felt like God had blessed me and I wanted to be a blessing. And that's what His plans was for me, is to be a blessing. And the more I give, the more I get, because you just can't be God-giving.
Yeah, so you definitely can.
You can. So when I see Eva and all that she's doing, sometimes I want to say, "Look, well, hold on. Okay, we got to do this, or just hold on," because she's just has such a giving heart, and that just inspires me even more. It's like, oh Lord, there's so much more work to be done, you know, than I'm doing, and I just want to get in and give and give and give, and I give, you know, whenever I can, as much as I can, and I love it.
I know. One of the things I wish we could do for Eva is that, you know how Habitat, they come in and do a complete restoration in your home. With her, with having individuals living in Anna's house, in her personal home that she turned into Anna's house, there's so many things that need to be repaired and done in the house. If there was a way we could get Habitat to come in, and maybe Home Depot or Lowe's or one of the major companies to team with us to do a complete restoration, which she didn't know that she got approved for it or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, one of those surprises.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that we can say, well,
so
we've been working on getting this kicked off so that we can turn Anna's house into a bigger Anna's house, and, you know, more rooms inside, and just redo the whole house. So we got to work on trying to figure out,
make that happen.
aligning some of these corporate sponsors to come in and do this restoration.
Absolutely, and the money's there. You look at some of these frivolous things that corporations are spending money on, there's money there to do just that and more. Absolutely. We just need to pull it together.
Pull it together. Now, one of the other things you do is you have that entrepreneur spirit as well. Yes. And then you understand, I can't call it residual income, but I can call it reoccurring or income that you can make from having your own properties, right? So you work out in the investment arena, right?
Yeah, I've been investing since I was fresh out of college. It's the first thing, one of the first things I did. I graduated, and again, back to that, you know, growing up poor and just wanting to be rich. And so I got my first job, and you know, I thought, okay, this is it. And back in the day, and I say back in the day, I don't want to date myself, but they would have these infomercials.
Why do people say that? I date myself all the time. I'm like, I'm 55, double nickel.
Well, I'm 58, so
okay, see, that's what's happening. Yeah, you know, back in the day, when you would say you was 55 or 58, they would be like, oh, you're so old. We are the new young.
Yes, that's right.
50 is the new young.
It's the new young. That's right. I agree. You won't get an argument on me on that. But yeah, I started watching those infomercials, and they, you know, they were talking about real estate and how you can accumulate wealth in real estate, and that caught my attention. And so I started reading everything I could get my hands on, because I didn't have mentors. I didn't have, especially women. I didn't know anybody that was investing in real estate. So I had to go and learn on my own. And I tell this younger generation now, you're so fortunate. There's so many people out there now that you can go to that will mentor you, that will, you know, take you under their wings and show you how. Because real estate is a poor man's way to wealth in America. One of them. There's no, I mean, you don't have to have money, and most of us don't
understand that.
But you do need an education,
right?
Because you can lose your shirt just as well as you can make a ton of money. You can lose your shirt if you don't know what you're doing. So I set out to educate myself. So I started reading books, and I took the real estate course. I didn't ever intend to be an agent.
Okay.
But that's a basic knowledge for me.
Yes, it is.
So I used that, and I finally scoured through the newspaper. We didn't have internet, so I'm scouring through the newspaper, through the real estate for sale section, and I found this first fourplex. And I told my husband, I'm like, look. And back then, you could just assume it. You didn't have to qualify for the loan.
Oh, wow.
It was a HUD loan.
Okay,
you just go in and assume it from the previous owner, make your little down payment. Well, I didn't have any money for a down payment. So I had a credit card, and we did the numbers, of course.
Right.
We didn't buy this blindly. I did the numbers, looked at the numbers, and I realized that I could do the cash advance on my credit card and take the profits from the rents to pay that credit card off, because I didn't need the money to live.
Right, exactly.
My husband and I both had good jobs, so we were going to just take the profits and pay that off really quickly, so we're not, you know, we weren't incurring all this
now, she
interest.
Didn't say she had a black card, though. She did it with a black card. She bought the complex with a black card.
Basic. A basic card. But I did, because my belief is where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh yeah, most
and we don't lack resources most of the time. We just lack resourcefulness.
Right.
And so in my mind, I decided I'm not going to let anything stop me. This is what I want to do, and I did. I marched into the bank and gave the lady my card. And mind you, I'm a 3-year-old, and I marched
with
into
a black card. Okay, she didn't have a black card.
Not then, I didn't know.
You heard that, not then. That was years ago, not then.
That was many years ago.
And how many properties do you have?
Well, currently now I've just sold off some. Some I own individually, and some I invest in passively.
Okay.
And I'm actively pursuing an 85-unit deal now.
85 units, you heard?
Yeah, 85 units. But I was key principal on 2 deals that we just sold in Albuquerque. Okay. And that was 150 units total. Okay. And I was key principal. I am key principal on 100 units in Oklahoma. A passive. We just sold another passive deal in Oklahoma, so I'm actively now looking to get that money back into some more deals. So at one point it was like 700 doors that I was in. Okay. And I just own some smaller properties here in the area, fourplex, townhomes, And
she said smaller properties. And most times when you say smaller properties, we're talking about a house, or she said duplex, fourplex, apartment complex. Small properties.
Yeah, those are smaller compared to the other things. But it's nothing wrong with that. I just never did the single family. I never went the single family route, because I learned in my research and studies that when you're renting, if you have a single family unit, that when that unit is empty, those expenses come out of your pocket.
Oh yes.
If you have a multi-family unit, then you've got at least some
people in it that can absorb that cost. Exactly.
Rented. So that made very good sense to me, because I was in the game to make money, not to be shelling it out of my pocket. So that's why I never did. And that's fine. You can make money in single family real estate. I don't knock it at all. If that's the route you want to go, that is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and with today's society, all you have to do is Google a lot of information. Back in the day we didn't have that.
We didn't.
So now that you have Google, you can actually Google classes on real estate, classes on the option of purchasing commercial versus residential insurance, how to come up with a down payment, what resources that are available for you. That information is at your fingertips, but you have to first have the desire and understanding that that's the direction you want to go. So I always tell people, if you don't have a bank account or a black card like Miss Brenda has, if you don't have that black card, or even if you don't have that first credit card to put down on some property, there are so many ways that you can get property now without any money down. So it's just researching that. So again, she's got her business that's in Puerto Rico, and then she also does the investment properties. They caught me off guard. They brought some food in here. I'm trying to look. I heard the little bag rattling. I know we both turned around. It's smelling good. What you over there eating?
A&W.
A&W. Is that like a burger?
Yeah, it was a burger and fries.
A burger, see, and I just ate. Now I did the health thing. I had the Brussels sprouts. I had, and Janie, if you were watching or listening, I only had 5 Brussels sprouts. I had mushrooms, and salmon, and some other green leafy something. No carbs. I was good. But I'm gonna have a French fry, and I'm gonna eat it right here where you can see that I had a French fry. That's in moderation.
That's
Why?
Right. That's right. Everything in moderation.
It would be good. Well, Miss Brenda, I thank you. How can people reach you? Are you trying to bring on any additional people to teach them how to do investments, partners? Are you looking for deals or things like the guy that in the studio, King? He owns this whole floor and he rents it out. So that's one of the things he said, that he used to put his money different places, and he said, instead of renting out a office space for my business, I said I need to be owning this space and renting it out. So now he rents out all these different studios.
Yes, we need to get that mentality. We've got to start signing the front of the check and not the back of the check, and that's what we do.
Oh, talk about that.
That's
front
what
of the check.
And not the back.
That's when we sign our name and give you a check.
That's right, and we've got to start thinking like that as a people if we're ever going to truly overcome. and take control of our finances and our future, and our destiny, and the next generation and the next generation. We really got to do that. So I'm open. I mean, I collaborate. I attend a lot of meetups and things of that, especially around real estate. I'm there, and I'm always open if anyone calls. People call me all the time for advice on getting in business and real estate. I'm always open to help anyone.
Well, I have a realtor too. Her name is Rashawn Dangerfield. She's going to be on the show next week. And her husband owns a mortgage company. He was on the show last week. So I know one thing is when you're looking for investment properties, you may have a realtor that you already work with. She works in commercial. She does some really large deals.
Oh, then I need to meet her.
Yeah, so we're going to have to hook you up with Rashawn's Dangerfield Realty.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I'm looking, yes, we're always... When you become an entrepreneur or an investor in real estate, you're always looking for your next deal.
Yes,
always. Even if you're working one, I'm working one now, but I'm always looking for something else because you have to seize the opportunity when it presents itself.
Yeah, my mom and dad, they do investment properties. They have single family homes, but they do them through Section 8. So somebody's always in them. And then they did some duplexes and fourplexes and things like that. And they're looking at doing a apartment complex now. So
very good.
Yeah,
you just stair step it. You just move it on up.
I have my license in real estate. I got licensed because that Rashawn was one of my best friends, and I have an insurance license for health and life and property casualty and all that. She was like, "You need your real estate license." So I got it, but then I let it go. I did real estate with her for about a year, but I always have to look at what I like, and that. It wasn't really what I liked. And my dad was more so wanting me to get the real estate because he said, well, if you get the real estate license, then all the houses and the stuff, you can sell them to me, and then you'll still be getting income versus me giving it to somebody else. So I did that, but, I let my license go. Yeah, I did that.
You got to see some value in it.
Yeah, value. And I've had life insurance and health for over 11 years, and that's my bread and butter, so I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Residual income, reoccurring income. That's true income.
That's what you
want.
I
took off the first 6 months of this year and didn't work, but that's because I had income coming in.
You gotta have it come in. I think we could just get people to see that.
It's a beautiful thing. It's so many things that are out there that you can do to have. We're gonna retire eventually, and we're gonna do it gracefully. She's got a black card. I got a wannabe black card. It's black and it's heavy, and people think it's that real black card. It's just how Chase makes their Marriott card. It's black. I flip that baby out. They be like, "Oh, you got it like that?" Yeah. Yes, I got it like that.
You roll like that. Thank you.
Hers is real though. Miss Brenda. It's all good, Miss Gooden. But I just want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on Y99FM station, and our call station is letters are 99.9 FM. We thank our listeners. We're bringing you valuable information. So again, Miss Brenda Gooden, she is the owner of the Hospicio
Divinas Manos.
Y'all heard me. Say it again.
Hospicio Divinas Manos.
Hospicio Divinas Manos. Un momento, por favor, no hablo español. And then she's the proud owner. What is your, do you have a name for your investment company?
I do it through my LLC.
Okay.
Various LLCs.
Okay.
I have different ones for different properties.
Okay. Well, she's going to let you know she has vacancies. My Heavens is her biggest one. And look out for that mega complex that she's getting ready to purchase. So she is looking for a place to move. She definitely wants you to move in there.
I got it. Come on.
Y'all come on, move in. That'll be our second series.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and break for a commercial. And again, thanks for tuning in to the Ntheknow Radio Talk Show.
All right.